Sorry. Didn't mean to frighten you.
It's just a bad dream.
Thanks, mate.
What are you doing here?
Well, I just fixed your car and thought you might need it. There you go.
Thanks.
It's okay.
Good morning. Good morning yourself. Tea's made. Would you like some toast?
I thought I might cook some bacon and eggs just for a treat.
Did you have some? I didn't think medical professionals ate such things. All right. How was your date with Bob last night?
It was wonderful, Jenny. Just wonderful. I feel like a teenager.
Be careful you don't start breaking out in spots.
Since I left, I've been trying not to let myself think about Bob. Trying not to let myself miss him.
How successful were you?
Not terribly.
And now you're falling in love with him all over again?
I don't think I was ever out of love with him. Is that ridiculous?
No, of course it's not. Listen, Ellie, I'm going to be out of your hair soon.
Jenny, you don't have to go.
I know, but there's not enough work here to support us both.
What were you thinking of doing?
Well, I don't know. I'd probably head back to Melbourne if it wasn't for Stephen.
Well, it's fairly serious then.
A bit early to tell how serious it is, isn't it?
Depends how you're feeling.
How am I feeling? Part of me wants to throw myself into it heart and soul.
Great, do it.
Yeah, part of me wants to keep my distance. And I don't know why.
Down E Street, it's the place that you meet. George and Max are just rapping to the beat. Can't play basketball with the homeboys. Guitars and drums are our new play toys. We got a rock and roll band, Max. Can you believe it? It's great. You want to rock the land with a funky DJ? Come and check out us, Max and CJ.
Oh, yes, this is what you call getting a breakfast, is it?
What? It's the E Street Rap. We're thinking of doing a support act for the band.
I'll give you a street rap. I'll give you a rap over the knuckles if you don't get on with getting the breakfast. Hello, Patches Pacific Hotel. Yes, he's here. CJ. CJ.
Hello. Yeah? Yes. It's a bit soon. Sure, yeah. No, we can manage that, no worries. Bye. Big trouble. The Jackson Flats pub wants to bring the gig forward to this weekend.
Well, why is that a worry?
We only formed the band yesterday.
Oh, well, you better get down there and tell them to start rehearsal, hadn't you?
Yeah.
After you finish getting the breakfast.
So, you sleep here often?
I like getting home to my own bed, actually.
Here you go.
Look, to tell you the truth, I was too scared to go home. I'd been having these dreams, and then last night I got a phone call.
What do you mean, like an obscene phone call?
No, it was a man, and he was singing a lullaby. One that I remember from when I was a kid.
Do you know who it was? Oh, don't worry about it. Just... So how come your dreams are so weird? What happens?
Well, I'm about 6 years old, and I'm watching a little girl. Her name's Becky Campbell, and there's a man. The man's killed her, and he's singing the lullaby, the one that I heard on the phone.
And what, did you ever know this kid, or is it just something that...
No, I don't think so. I got Lisa to check it out. Apparently, Becky Campbell was murdered in 1966, when she and I would have both been 6.
Right.
Wheels, I'm dreaming about something that really happened, and I'm frightened that my dreams are becoming real.
No, it's probably something you come across in your research, right?
I don't think so. I think it has something to do with Stephen Richardson.
How do you figure that?
I don't know. I know he's connected. I'm sure of it.
Put it away for 20 minutes. Come and have a cup of coffee with me.
I really should get this done.
Oh. I'm sure I had a shower this morning.
I'm sorry, I'm just a bit preoccupied. I was wondering what to do with myself now that Ellie's back.
career-wise.
And much more mundanely housewise.
Have you thought about sharing?
A bit too set in my ways to move in with a stranger, I think.
Have you thought about sharing with someone you know, like me, for instance?
Move in with you?
Yeah, I've been thinking about asking for a while, but I didn't want to rush you.
Well, it is a bit sudden.
But practical. You need somewhere to live. I'm a good cook. And I'd love to have you there, Virginia.
Well, I'll have to think about it.
Valentine, please, why won't you let me sing backup vocals? I can hit a high C. Listen. Nick, the thing is that, the sort of music that we'll be doing, we won't really need a backup vocalist. Tony, every band needs backup vocals.
We've got an emergency. Oh, Tony, good. This applies to all of us. We've got work to do. And I mean work.
Ah, well, in that case, cut me out. Why, CJ? What's the problem?
The commercial pub at Jackson Flats brought the gig forward to this weekend.
Well, I hope you told them that it's not possible.
What's wrong with you? Of course I didn't.
We haven't even got our act together yet. CJ, we haven't even got a PA or transport.
Oh, backup vocals.
We haven't even got a name yet. We're just not ready to perform.
We've got no choice.
Yes, we have. Pick up the phone and tell them that we're not ready.
You obviously don't know the commercial pub at Jackson Flats, Tone.
Yeah, I heard they're pretty rough.
Rough! If we don't turn up for the gig, they're gonna kill us.
Oh, come on, CJ. They can't be that bad.
Worse. Last band that didn't turn up. They tracked them down, tied them to the back of a tractor, and dragged them through the main street.
Oh, I don't know. It just doesn't seem right.
What doesn't seem right about it?
Me and Stephen, what do you think?
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more.
What?
Well, why would you want to live with a man like that? I mean, he's good-looking, stable, charming, intelligent, witty. No woman in her right mind would want to move in with a man like that.
No, there is more to it than that.
Oh, well, try telling that to the women's magazines.
So you're saying I should dive in boots and all and damn the consequences?
Well, maybe we need a second opinion. You've known Stephen for a long time, haven't you, Martha?
Quite a while.
Well, what do you think? Is he the man for Ginny or not?
Well, that's for her to decide.
No, I'd really like to know how you felt about him, Martha.
What can I say? Person like that. He's marvellous with kids. They just adore him. And there's everything that Ellie said. Now, I'd have to agree, Virginia. You'll be out of your mind to pursue a relationship with a man like that.
All right, all right. It's all very well for you two, but I'm not the sort of girl that takes these decisions lightly.
I'm sorry. It's not that I'm not taking you seriously.
Oh, really?
And you're quite right. It probably is too soon.
Well, now you're confusing me.
I don't know how I ever let myself in for this.
I thought it was because you needed a challenge.
Not this much of a challenge.
No. In that case, love, never play darts with me. That's really my game.
Oh, well, thanks for the warning. Wheels, I need to talk to you. I've just been hustling, mate.
He's all yours. Yep.
What's the problem?
Cash, or lack of.
Tell me about it.
How do you run a band without capital?
A direct threat made?
Well, he didn't say he was coming to get me, but the singing of the lullaby certainly implied a threat to me.
Well, could it have been kids horsing around?
It was a man's voice, George.
Or some dial-it service, then you accidentally hit a 0055.
No.
Sheridan, what are you really scared of?
I've been having these dreams about a girl called Becky Campbell. Now, does that name mean anything to you?
Yeah, Becky Campbell was murdered. That must have been 25 years ago.
And she was 6 years old?
Now, you're dreaming Becky Campbell. How does this tie up with lullabies over the phone?
I don't know, but if I knew who was making the calls, then maybe I would. You think I'm out of my mind, don't you?
Look, maybe Dr. Travis...
To hell with Dr. Travers. I'm just trying to work out why I'm dreaming about someone I don't know. Now, do you know if they ever caught Becky Campbell's killer?
I can't recall. It was way before my time down here.
Would you do something for me, George? Just in case I'm not out of my mind, and just in case whatever is going on inside my head is real, would you check out the Becky Campbell case for me? Find out if they found the guy who did it and where he is now?
I'll look into it. Will that make you happy?
I don't know.
You look like the Cheshire Cat, Reverend.
Well, very good reason, I'd say.
Oh? Attendances are up, are they?
I don't know, I didn't notice. I was too busy thinking about a very special woman. You waiting for Claire?
I thought coming to pick her up might give me a chance to see you.
Well, she was demonstrating karate kicks last time I saw her.
This feels so good, Bob.
What, being home?
Being home, being with you. It just feels so right. Uh-oh. It's Brown.
Well, they're just gonna have to learn to get used to it, aren't they?
Good morning, Dr. Fielding. It's good to have you back.
Oh? Really, Mrs. Holland?
Yes, indeed. We missed you. We all missed you.
See? No problem. It's all going to be easy this time.
Song list, great. You guys all agreed upon this?
Yeah, we are, but personally, I don't think we should be just another covers band.
Well, how many original songs have you got?
Well, I've got a few songs.
I don't really think this is the sort of stuff they're into. It might be a good idea if we just chuck in a couple of country and western numbers. Yeah.
CJ, we don't do country and western.
Oh, you do at Jackson Flats, otherwise they throw stuff at you.
Just a couple of numbers.
Yeah, do Banks of the Ohio, Stand By Your Man, Home on the Range. Can't go wrong.
Oh, great. Dolly Parton, eat your heart out.
Guys, have you got any ideas as to transport out there, that sort of thing, you know?
Yeah, I was hoping Sheridan would lend us a bus.
Great. So all we need's a name. Valentine, Tony. How about the TVs?
Oh, get real, CJ.
The VTs.
Sounds like a disease.
I've got it. Valentine and the Glamour Girls. Plus, you'd need a few more women in the band.
Oh, well, I can't think of anything.
I reckon this must be the hardest part of forming a band.
The hardest part's going to be figuring out what we're going to sell to get ourselves going.
Have you guys got money problems?
Mate, we're in liquidation. We need another $400 or $500 worth of gear. That's it.
What?
What, mate?
The Liquidators. How about that?
Yeah, I think it's got a ring to it. What do you think, Joey?
All right. They're hot. They're new. Jackson Flats, look out. Here come the Liquidators.
Yo!
The Liquidators!
All right. Sounds good to me.
There's not a lot to tell. A bloke was arrested 6 weeks after the murder. He was sentenced to 25 years.
Well, who was he?
Rex Anderson. He was working for a fair that was in town at the time.
What did he do?
He was on the Dodgem cars.
Are you sure?
What's the significance of what he did?
The little girl in my dream is murdered by a man with a painted face, and he's singing the lullaby. And now, could you tell me more about this Rex Anderson? Was there any doubt that he did it?
Apparently not. He had a history of sex offences and he was positively placed at the scene of the crime.
Is he still in jail?
No, he was released in 1981.
He's out?
And he hasn't been heard of by us since. I really don't think you've got anything to worry about, Sheridan.
Would you be able to find out where he is now, if he was the one that made the phone call?
Look, you've had a dream and a slightly odd phone call. Now, I can't use up valuable police resources on the strength of either of these things.
I just want to know where the man is now.
Please take my advice. Have a good night's sleep. Better still, even have a day off. I guarantee things won't seem so important.
I've sorted the patient cards for you, Virginia.
For Ellie, actually, I won't be here.
What's all this?
Just what it looks like, Martha.
You were moving in with Stephen.
No, I can't. It's all a bit much for me. I can't handle it.
Can't handle what? The relationship? I thought you were enjoying it.
Yeah, I was. You know, it was really nice to be close to somebody, but I don't think I could be as close as Stephen wants.
I see. Well, where are you going to go?
Back to Melbourne.
How do you think Stephen's going to feel about that?
Oh, well, he'll be a bit upset, but I'll write to him as soon as I get there.
You'll write to him?
Well, yes, it'll be easier to explain in a letter. Martha, I know I'm running away, but...
Oh, it's all right. We all need to run away from time to time. But I do think that you should tell him face to face what it is you're going to do.
Oh, Martha.
Hi. I just came to see how you were.
Fine.
Sure?
Yeah, really. I had a talk to George, and apparently they caught the guy that killed Becky Campbell. And guess what? It wasn't Stephen Richardson. Poor guy. I can't imagine what he must think of me.
So what about the jerk on the phone singing you a lullaby?
Oh, well, George seems to think that was probably kids playing a prank, and I tend to agree with him.
I thought you said it was a man's voice.
Well, I don't really know. I mean, I was confused at the time.
It's a funny sort of prank for kids to play, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but kids aren't what they used to be. I mean, now they're fed a diet of Freddy Krueger and karate chopping turtles. Do you want a glass of wine?
Oh, yeah, sure. Thanks. It'd be good. So this bad dream you're having, you're not worried about that? You're right?
Well, the Becky Campbell case must have got a lot of publicity, and I must have been aware of some of it.
Yeah. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense now that I sat down and thought about it.
Right. So, how did you link Stephen Richardson with all of this? I mean...
Well, I met him just before I started having the dream, so I guess it was just a simple case of guilt by association.
Right. So I don't have to worry about you anymore?
No. Waste of time and energy. But thank you.
Oh, that's all right. Cheers.
Cheers.
I still reckon it sounds a bit thin. No, they're fine. Once they get going. I don't know, Max. I reckon they need one more instrument. You reckon? Yeah, but I don't think I can cope with any more auditions. Don't suppose you play anything?
What, you mean a musical instrument?
Yeah, like trumpet or sax.
Well, I had a couple of lessons on the piano once.
Keyboards. That's what we need, keyboards. Do you want to play in a band, Max?
I haven't played for a long time, CJ.
Doesn't matter. All you got to do is hit the odd chord, fill things out a bit. Worked for Linda McCartney. Of course, you'd have to supply your own gear and a bit more.
Well, supply my own gear and a bit more?
Yeah, you're gainfully employed, Max.
So are you, CJ.
Yeah, but working at the pub, it doesn't pay as much. You got some bucks in the bank, haven't you?
Yeah.
There you go. Problem solved.
Hey, you don't really want me in the band, do you?
Absolutely. I'd love to have you.
I don't suppose it's because I got a bit of money stashed away and you don't have any musical instruments, huh?
What do you think I am?
I know you'd do anything to get this band on the road, CJ, including trying to rip off one of your best mates. Why don't you just ask me outright?
I don't know. It seemed a bit rude.
Yeah, well, I got about $500 in the bank that I'm not using, so... I mean, it's not much, but you can have it if you want. It'll get you started.
You're very generous, Max.
Yeah, well, you guys are my friends, and the band means just as much to me as it does to you, so let's get it rocking, eh?
Hi. I didn't think I'd catch you at home. I thought you might be enjoying your Sunday off.
I was doing some work for a fussy client.
Guess architects don't get the weekend off, eh?
No, not often. So, what was it you couldn't say to me over the phone?
Do you want to sit down?
Mm-hmm. Is that better?
Stephen, I've decided I can't move in with you.
I see.
I'm sorry. I hope you're not going to take this personally.
Oh, it's a bit difficult not to. As you said, it is early in our relationship, and I'm a patient man. I can wait. Have you found a flat yet?
I'm not staying. I'm going to Melbourne.
Melbourne?
I have a home and a practice there. And I'm leaving this afternoon.
Oh, you can't.
Stephen, I have to. I need to get back to people and places I know.
Well, what about us?
Look, the timing's wrong. Maybe we can try it again further down the track.
I can't accept that, Virginia. It's been so good.
Yeah, I know.
Look, if Melbourne's where you want to be, I'll go there too.
Stephen, I don't want a relationship at the moment.
You could have told me that sooner. Well, I guess that's it then. You've hurt me, Virginia. You'll never know how much.
I must confess, I was looking forward to having you in the practice with me.
Yeah, it would have been nice.
So why don't you stay here then?
Well, I've got things to do. And I want to find my own little boy. And I need to go back to where it all started from in order to do that.
Does Stephen understand that?
No, not really. I think I've hurt him very badly.
What about you? Do you love him?
I didn't give myself a chance to love him. I just decided I wasn't ready for a relationship.
Ginny, if you don't mind me saying so, isn't the past affecting your chances for future happiness?
Oh, Ellie, it's not just Rod and Danny. There's something about Stephen that I'm not sure of. Look, I'd love to say goodbye to Bob, but it'd be easy if I just slipped out of town. You understand?
I'll tell him.
Thanks. Claire, would you tell Tony I'm sorry I missed her and that I'll definitely write?
Sure.
Thanks.
Are you driving to Melbourne in one hit?
No, I thought I'd take it slowly, go down the coast road, spend a couple of days.
Lovely. Almost wish I was coming with you.
Ellie, I miss you so much. Thanks for everything.
Thank you. I couldn't have coped without you, especially looking after Claire.
Oh, no. It's been my pleasure, mostly. Hey?
Will you come and visit?
Of course I will.
I hit the highway in a jet, trying to see the sunrise, and it makes me wanna change my mind. Oh, I got it bad. I stopped for coffee in a note.
Virginia, this must be fate. Can we talk?
Have you been following me?
No, this is my territory. I just live around the corner. So, how about a farewell cup of coffee?
Well, I'm really keen to get on the road and...
Oh, come on, another half an hour's not going to make much difference, is it?
Well, no, I suppose not.
Good. Follow me.
Oh,
you do that for, Valentine? Yeah, okay, I know it's not right up your alley, but you got to remember your audience.
Yeah, but what about us? Don't we have to enjoy what we play?
When you're famous, then you get that luxury.
Yeah, I'm with CJ. The most important thing is that we get ourselves known.
Yeah, by playing other people's boring songs.
Yeah, well, I'm not making up the rules. I mean, if you got your own originals, play them.
Why don't you guys write your own songs?
We will, but we just haven't got enough time between now and Saturday.
So for now, you just have to stick with the covers. It's nothing to be ashamed of. It's how most bands start out.
I know, CJ. It just doesn't feel right.
Now, CJ, seriously, about me being in the band.
You just don't let up, do you?
Not often. Not when something is this important to me.
Yeah, well, talk to me about it later. We're busy now.
Hey, Joey, this is great. Is this all of yours?
What is it?
Lyrics. The most fantastic lyrics.
I'm glad I bumped into you. I didn't feel good about the way we said goodbye.
So you'll have another coffee then?
No, I can't. I don't want to be driving after dark.
The risk of sounding immodest, nobody only has just one of my cups of coffee.
Well, it was very good.
So you'll have another?
No, I'm sorry. I can't.
Look! I haven't been entirely honest with you.
Please, Stephen.
I'm not happy about you going. I think it's a big mistake.
Well, that's a possibility, but it's one I'll have to live with.
Well, if it's a possibility, don't you think you're acting a bit hastily?
Look, I've always done things this way. I make up my mind and then I act.
Well, it's time to change all that. Stay with me, Virginia. Give yourself time to feel.
Look, I've given this a great deal of thought. Stephen, please don't make it any more difficult for yourself or for me.
You're not going anywhere till we've had a chance to talk. The thing is, Virginia, the point I'm trying to make is that you never gave me the opportunity to defend myself.
Against what?
This emotional attack. This onslaught. You never told me what it was I did wrong.
Well, Stephen, you did nothing wrong. My feelings changed.
People's feelings don't change just like that. There has to be a reason.
Please don't do this to me. You're frightening me.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I just want to talk. I want to understand. I love you, you see. I thought you loved me too.
Look, I'm just nowhere with my feelings at the moment.
You're confused.
And if this confusion has caused you pain, I'm sorry.
I don't think I've ever felt pain like this. Not since. But it's not your fault. It's mine. I just feel too much.
Stephen, it'll be all right. What you're feeling now, it'll pass.
Time heals all wounds. You're the first person I ever let into my life. First person I ever trusted. I thought you loved me, Virginia. I thought you loved me.
I just don't think it's fair.
I didn't realise I meant so much to you, Nick.
Are you kidding, Max? I was born to be a star.
Well, I'll come and watch you sing wherever you are.
Remember me? You said you'd talk to me later.
Yeah, not now. I'm working, Nikki.
See what I mean? He's fobbing me off.
That's what it looks like to me.
What did I do?
Max tells me you offered him a job in a band.
Well, kind of, sort of. Not really.
After he told you that he had no talent, and just because you want to get your hands on his money.
Nikki and I tell each other everything, CJ.
Yeah. So we've been thinking, seeing that Max is putting up the bucks, the least you could do is give his girlfriend a job.
She's a lot more talented than I am, you know?
Are you saying if I don't give Nikki a job, you're going to withdraw your finance?
Well, yes, you could say that.
Well, we're just starting out. We can't afford backing vocals.
I can dance.
The Liquidators aren't really a dancing girl type of band.
Well, there must be something she can do, eh?
There is something, actually. Something that we haven't got that no band can do without.
If it's a groupie, CJ, you can forget it.
Hey, no, this is legit. Would this face lie?
Virginia, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. I've never behaved like this before.
Well, maybe you should let yourself go a bit more often, let your emotions out.
But you get hurt when you do that. If you don't keep it all close to you, people take advantage of you.
Well, I hope it didn't seem as though I was taking advantage of you.
Oh, no, I didn't think that. I mean, it's not your fault that I love you more than you love me.
Please, Stephen.
I mean, it happens all the time, doesn't it? He loves her. She doesn't love him. That's life.
I'll ring you as soon as I get to Melbourne. I'd very much like to keep in touch.
Maybe in time you'll learn to love me, though. People do change, don't they?
Well, yes, it has happened.
In time. That's all it needs. I knew I was rushing you, Virginia. I didn't mean to. Just couldn't help myself. It's not special. You can't go. You haven't given enough time.
Stephen, let me
go. I can't let you go. Never let you go.
You're hurting me.
Never let you go.
I thought you just chucked in some curry powder and away you went.
Nothing so crude.
Who are you calling crude?
Well, not you.
Thank you.
How would you feel about a drive to Melbourne sometime in the next month?
Going to see Virginia. Sure.
I wish she hadn't left. I'm going to miss her.
Yep, me too.
It's a shame she couldn't have been a bit more decisive about her personal life. Could you pass me the oil? She and Stephen seem so right together. Tired. But obviously Jenny didn't think so.
Well, let's face it, she wouldn't be the first person to suffer from indecision on a personal level, would she?
It all seems like a long time ago now, doesn't it?
How do you feel now?
Very certain about what I feel for you. We've wasted a lot of time, haven't we?
Yep.
How many of them are there? Oh, about 25, 30. It's like a box full of blue. So how come Valentine gave you all this poetry to read? Well, I think he's thinking about turning them into songs. Good one. Uh-oh, here we go again. Looks like dinner could be a bit late.
You need to sleep. There is no need for you to weep. Hush, pretty baby, don't you cry. sing you a lullaby. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is all Sheridan's fault.
The only bad thing about you and Valentine going to be famous is that I probably won't get to see much of you.
Well, I don't think that will be happening for a while.
But you'll be going on tour.
Claire, a country pub is hardly a tour.
America in England, like in excess. You got to look ahead of yourself, Tony.
Yeah, I guess.
And then maybe when you get really rich and famous, I can come with you. And then when I'm a bit older, I can join the band.
Uh-huh.
You're not listening.
Sorry? Oh, sorry, I was reading this.
Is it really, really good?
Yeah, it's beautiful. Listen to this. Nervous, intense.
Nervous, intense.
There's got to be something else.
Kind of a poem.
Yeah, kind of. You know, this says a lot about Joey, too.
I wouldn't have thought he was a mushy type. Hey, Tony.
Yeah?
When you do that gig up at Jackson Flats, can I come too?
No way in the wide world. Isn't it great to have your mum back?
Most of the time.
Ellie, do you mind if I don't join you for dinner? I have to go and see Joey about something.
Okay.
Thanks.
Alison, I'm going to call it a night. Why don't you do the same? Sheridan Sturgis. Michael. Yes, I'm just waiting for some important calls, and then I think I'll call it an early night. I'm fine. Yes, I will. Bye.
I couldn't stand Nikki hassling me anymore, right? So I told her there was one thing the band needed. You know what that is? A roadie. Except I haven't told her that bit yet. Well, yeah, that's what I figured. Nikki's pretty strong. She's gonna deck me when she finds out, though. I think I might get Max to tell her. Hey, Tony.
Hi.
What's happening?
I've been reading poetry.
Valentine stuff.
It's really fabulous, Joey. All of it. You know, some of this stuff you wrote 10 years ago. This isn't the first time you've showed anyone, is it? How come? You wouldn't have given this to me to read if you thought it was that bad.
Poetry's kind of personal, though.
Yeah, but when it's this good, it should be shared. Would you mind if we use some of this? It'll work, it really will. I've been hearing the music in my head as I've been reading it. Hey, what do you say we just play around with it a bit?
Come on, Valentine. It's only us and four walls.
Can't fool me with the things you say. I see right through the games you play. Before you try and waste my time, I've got one more chance to change your mind. Better believe it. Better believe it. Music's what I can't live without. What do you think?
Great. I want to hear some more.
Okay. Sometimes this life ain't kind. You can feel it so much, it's on your mind. It's just a stage in your life. And one day,